This is so good.
My God.
I love this so much.
Smooth, creamy, melting on your tongue. That gentle sweetness wrapping around birthdays, first dates, quiet comfort after long days. We call it love. We call it indulgence. Chocolate. The luxury we can afford sitting in pockets, kitchen drawers, simple, innocent, universal. But that bar hides secrets darker than cocoa itself. It carries acid found in human vomit, metal heavy enough to poison slowly. A supply chain built on children who never tasted what they harvest. 500 years of blood, extraction, and chemical deception packed into foil. How did something so sweet become so bitter? This video explores the hidden history of chocolate, not the romantic version sold in advertisements, but the real story of chemical manipulation, industrial deception, and human exploitation that built the chocolate industry from ancient rituals to modern supermarkets. What happened between the cacao tree and your mouth? The currency of blood. Long before chocolate became a candy bar, it was money. Around 1,000 years before Christ, the Olmecs in Mesoamerica were the first to cultivate cacao. The Maya and Aztec civilizations that followed treated cacao beans as currency more valuable than gold. A single bean could buy a tomato. 100 beans could buy a slave. The beans were so precious that counterfeiters would empty the shells and fill them with dirt or clay, creating the world's first documented food fraud. Merchants checked each bean carefully, squeezing it between their fingers to feel for weight and texture. A fake bean meant death for the counterfeiter. But cacao was more than money. It was sacred. Warriors drank a bitter beverage called xocolotl before battle. Ground cacao mixed with water, chili peppers, and sometimes the blood of sacrificial victims. The ritual was deliberate. The Aztecs believed human blood carried power, and mixing it with cacao transferred strength from the gods to the warrior. Priests consumed the drink during ceremonies where hearts were cut from living prisoners atop stone pyramids. The liquid was dark red, thick, and nothing like the sweet chocolate you know today. It tasted bitter, spicy, medicinal. Nobles consumed it in elaborate rituals, and commoners were forbidden from touching it under penalty of death. When Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés arrived in 1519 after Christ, he witnessed Emperor Moctezuma drinking xocolotl from golden cups. The Spanish conquistadors initially found the beverage disgusting, but they recognized its value immediately. They saw how the Aztecs worshipped it, traded it, killed for it. Within decades, Spain had taken control of cacao production, forced indigenous populations into labor, and began shipping the beans back to Europe. The sacred drink of warriors became the foundation of colonial extraction. The Aztecs paid for their own conquest with the very currency they had created. Cacao, born as a gift from the gods, became the first tool of their destruction. The chemistry of deception. By the 1700s after Christ, Europeans had discovered they could make the bitter cacao drink more palatable by adding sugar and milk. Hot chocolate became a luxury beverage for the wealthy, served in elegant porcelain cups in the salons of Paris and London. But the real transformation came in the 1800s after Christ with industrialization. Companies like Cadbury, Nestle, and Hershey figured out how to mass-produce solid chocolate bars cheaply enough for ordinary people to afford. The Industrial Revolution brought steam power, mechanical presses, and chemical processing. What had taken hours of hand grinding now took minutes. And that is when the chemical manipulation began. In the early 1900s after Christ, Milton Hershey faced a problem. Fresh milk spoiled quickly during long transport from farms to his Pennsylvania factory. Refrigerated trucks did not exist yet, so he used slightly soured milk, which gave his chocolate a tangy, unusual flavor. That flavor came from butyric acid, the same chemical compound found in rancid butter, Parmesan cheese, and human vomit. Most Europeans who tasted Hershey's chocolate found it disgusting, comparing it to bile. But Americans grew up eating it and came to associate that sour tang with chocolate itself. Today, even with modern refrigeration and fresh milk available everywhere, Hershey intentionally adds butyric acid to maintain the familiar taste. You are not eating fresh chocolate. You are eating a carefully engineered nostalgia for spoiled milk. Then there is the lie of white chocolate. Sold as luxury, marketed as pure and innocent, wrapped in premium packaging, white chocolate is not chocolate at all. It contains no cocoa solids, the part of the cacao bean that provides flavor, color, and health benefits. White chocolate is just cocoa butter, sugar, and milk powder. It is sweetened fat, packaged as indulgence. The industry created it in the 1930s after Christ to use up leftover cocoa butter from dark chocolate production. Then convinced you it was premium. They gave it an elegant name, charged more money, and you believed it. And the deception goes deeper. Recent studies found dangerous levels of lead and cadmium, heavy metals, in popular dark chocolate brands. The cacao tree absorbs metals from soil like a sponge, and no amount of processing removes them completely. That 70% dark chocolate you eat for health benefits may be slowly poisoning you. The industry knows. They have known for years. They simply decided the cost of solving the problem was higher than the cost of ignoring it. The math that never adds up. Today, over 70% of the world's cacao comes from West Africa, particularly Ivory Coast and Ghana. Walk into any store and buy a chocolate bar for $1. That dollar gets divided. The retailer takes 30 cents. The chocolate company takes 40 cents for manufacturing, packaging, marketing, and profit. Transportation and middlemen take another 20 cents. That leaves 10 cents for the cacao itself. And from that 10 cents, the farmer who grew the cacao, harvested it, fermented it, and dried it receives less than 6 cents. 6 cents for months of labor, for a crop that requires years to mature, for work done under a brutal sun in tropical heat. The average cacao farmer in Ivory Coast earns less than $1 per day, well below the international poverty line. Most have never tasted chocolate. They cannot afford to buy the product they spend their lives creating. Their children work alongside them, not in school, because the family needs every hand to survive. An estimated 1.5 million children work on cacao farms across West Africa. Many are trafficked from neighboring countries like Burkina Faso and Mali under false promises of wages and education. These children use machetes to cut cacao pods from trees. They carry sacks weighing more than their own bodies. They are exposed to pesticides without protective equipment. Some are as young as 5 years old. When journalists investigate, they find children with scars across their hands and arms, permanent injuries from blades and heavy loads. Most have never been to school. Most have never eaten chocolate. The chocolate corporations, the ones with billion-dollar revenues and sustainability logos on their websites, have known about this for decades. In 2001, after Christ, major chocolate companies signed the Harkin-Engel Protocol, promising to eliminate child labor by 2005 after Christ. That deadline passed. They extended it to 2008 after Christ, then 2010. then 2020. The promises keep coming, the children keep working, certification programs exist, but investigators repeatedly find child labor even on certified farms. The corporations profit, the farmers stay poor, the children bleed, and your chocolate bar stays cheap. The machine that eats the world. The modern chocolate industry is controlled by a handful of corporations: Mars, Mondelez, Nestlé, Hershey, Ferrero. Together, they generate over $130 billion in annual revenue. They have the resources to fix the supply chain, pay fair wages, end child labor. They choose not to because the current system is more profitable. These corporations have perfected the art of distance. They do not own the farms. They buy from middlemen who buy from cooperatives who buy from farmers. This chain creates plausible deniability. When child labor is exposed, the companies express concern, promise investigations, announce new monitoring programs. But the fundamental economics remain unchanged. They need cacao cheap to keep chocolate affordable to keep consumers buying. Paying fair wages would increase costs. Shareholders would complain. Stock prices might drop. So instead, they invest in marketing. They create advertisements showing happy farmers, smiling children, lush green farms. They print certifications on packaging: Fair Trade, Rainforest Alliance, UTZ certified. These labels make consumers feel better, but independent audits repeatedly find violations even on certified farms. The certifications are not lies exactly. They are aspirations, promises, intentions, not reality. The corporations also lobby governments to avoid regulation. They fund industry groups that write their own standards. They sue journalists who investigate too deeply. They settle lawsuits quietly, admitting no wrongdoing, changing nothing substantial. The machine runs smoothly because it is designed to extract maximum profit while minimizing accountability. Every innovation in the past century has been about making chocolate cheaper, faster, more addictive. None have been about making it more ethical. The corporations are not evil. They are simply optimized. And human welfare is not part of the optimization function. The bar in your hand. Right now, there is probably chocolate somewhere near you. In your pantry, your desk drawer, your bag. It costs a few dollars, sometimes less. It tastes sweet, familiar, comforting. The wrapper might show images of cacao farmers smiling in the sun, or promises about sustainability and fair trade. The chocolate inside is smooth, processed, engineered for maximum pleasure at minimum cost. But every bite carries weight. The cacao beans likely came from a farm in Ivory Coast, where a child worked without pay, without school, without childhood. The flavor you taste might include butyric acid, vomit compound, added deliberately because you have been trained to expect it. The dark chocolate you chose for health benefits might be slowly accumulating heavy metals in your body. The white chocolate is not chocolate at all, just leftover fat sold as luxury. The corporations that made it have known about every problem for decades and decided profit matters more than people. The industry has spent 200 years perfecting the transformation of cacao from sacred currency to cheap commodity. They learned how to make luxury affordable by hiding the true cost. They moved the suffering to distant countries, to people you will never meet, to children whose names you will never know. They wrapped the final product in colorful foil and promises. They told you it was love, indulgence, joy. They never mentioned the blood, the chemicals, the broken bodies. They made chocolate so sweet you would never taste the bitterness underneath. The math does not add up. It never did. A $1 bar cannot exist without someone, somewhere, paying the real price for you. The ingredient list on the wrapper is incomplete. It should read, cacao, sugar, milk, butyric acid, heavy metals, child labor, corporate greed, willful ignorance. Every time you unwrap that bar, you are holding the end result of a system built on extraction, deception, and distance. The question is not whether chocolate has a dark side. The question is whether you are willing to see it. "500 years ago, cacao was sacred currency and warrior fuel. Today, it is a $1 candy bar in a checkout aisle. The transformation required empires, slavery, chemical engineering, corporate consolidation, and the labor of millions who never shared in the sweetness. The system that created modern chocolate is not history. It is operating right now, hidden behind certifications and marketing promises. The bar in your hand is not innocent. It never was. This video took weeks of research and verification. If it changed how you see something ordinary, a like helps more people find it. Thanks for watching.